South Africans will have to stay at home.
We hope everybody has been taking it as easy as Sally has been taking it during this time. So, welcome back to Sailing Saoirse. This is week 4 of lockdown. I think at the end of week 5 they are opening up to level 4, and it goes down in levels from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 being pretty much opening
season.
up our whole economy. So Cleo is quite the princess, and she doesn't even walk to the bathroom. We carry her. She hasn't learned to use the litter box. She doesn't like that. She likes to go and find her own spot up at the top here by the restaurants, and particularly in a giant cat box. At the end of the parking lot there's a huge sandy patch that she prefers to use. So she doesn't walk to the bathroom. We carry her because she walks at Cleo's pace, which is uber slow because we're guessing that she's pretty old. So yeah, the other day my parents took her for a walk with them to the marina wall, and she didn't make it back without being picked up, but she's a princess.
What happens when you're a princess, been out for a walk and got really tired. You get carried.
It's more spoiled than I am.
That's hard to beat. And last week's episode we did show you Colben putting down the peel ply in the bathrooms, and this week we are showing you how he pulled it off and what the results were when he pulled it off. What's the point of peel ply?
So I'm not sure if it's actually called peel ply. We just call it peel ply because you put it down and it doesn't stay down. You actually peel it off once the resin is set. So we just call it peel ply. I don't know if that's the actual term. Please,
it's probably a South African term.
If you know what it is called, please give us a comment down and let us know. I honestly have no idea, but we call it peel ply. So basically what you do with that stuff is you'll put your fiberglass down and it'll be resin down, and while the resin is still wet you'll put a final layer of peel ply over that and kind of just make sure that it's all down and wet, full of resin. And once that's dry you peel the peel ply off and it removes the fiberglass texture. So we were using chop strand in our bathrooms, in our heads, and we didn't like the fiberglass texture on the floors and the walls and stuff, so we applied this peel ply and it removes that texture. It also, many of you will know that putting down fiberglass with resin you get a super waxy layer, and to try and sand that off you just go through so much sandpaper. It's unbelievable, and it takes you hours and hours of work to try and sand it completely smooth. So we put this stuff down and that does kind of give you a smoother layer. It's not 100% smooth, but it's easier to sand in the long run.
So we used flow coat paint in the bathrooms, which is, the tin says it's pool paint. So it uses MEKP as an activator, which makes it set incredibly quickly. So when you're painting with it, you have to work fast. And it's also quite thick to work with. So it starts setting, and then your brushes and everything, you have to change tubs. It's an incredibly hard
Very
paint to
difficult to
work with when you're trying to cover such a huge space like a whole bathroom. So my mum Karen was on it. She works very hard in the background of most of our videos. She is the one that's always supplying the men with what they need. They kind of just stand there and she runs around and hands them
She's our expert mixer. She does all the mixing of paints and fiberglass and resin and stuff like that.
And feeds them so they can carry on.
And she's in charge of lunch.
Yeah, chief of lunch. But yeah, so she did the bathrooms. She found it very frustrating because of the working time with it. But yeah, she did quite a good job, and we got 2 layers on and then ran out of flow coats. So we are having to order some more in from Cape Town, and hopefully that'll come in the next week or 2.
So we are using this stuff. Our master flow coater here is gonna give us some operational showers.
Hopefully.
So we mix 1%, 2% of the good stuff, and that's your catalyst.
First layer of flow coat is on. It's the shower area. It looks super small on the floor, but it bulges out, so there's plenty of space to have your arms flying around when you try and wash your hair.
So Denver and I are finding stuff to do on the boat today, and we figured that we've got our first and second reefing line, and we're gonna put them in, so we don't have to do that. And it's in already. So yeah, this is how we're gonna do it.
It's a beautiful day, so we've got no wind.
Yeah, no
Safely
wind,
pull up the sail.
and the sail wasn't flaked very nice. It's still very stiff, so it's good to maybe get it up and down so we can start softening it a bit. So this week, Denver and I, we fitted the reefing lines. With the reefing lines, they are going to be permanently up. The way the boom is made, the reefing lines go through the boom and fixed towards the mast area. So they'll be permanently up, and it's just a few extra lines to make sure are loose before you raise the mainsail. It's not ideal, but that's how the boom and the mast were made. last week Denver and I sorted out the reefing lines and fitted our portside water pump. It's a JABSCO Parmax 4, and that was going to feed the water from our portside tanks into our main system. So we'll be able to use the sink using the port tanks, which is quite nice. We got to clean those tanks out. And yeah, it was quite a task because we'd already epoxied our floors down in the passages. So we're working in about 35 centimeter inspection hatch, and the bilge is quite shallow as well. So you're doing everything one-handed and bolting and securing a pump to a bulkhead in the bilge one-handed it's quite a task.
Takes some skill,
and it really did test my patience a lot, but we managed to get it working and I was quite stoked. So that's one tick off the list.
So there's the pipe from the pump, which is going to be placed inside this ball valve, and that'll feed the main water line from the port side water tank. So the problem with these pipes is, you see this pipe here is a little bit scratched and cut and whatever from while I was running it. So if you try and put that into the fitting, it doesn't sit correctly with the, so there's a little rubber washer inside the fitting itself, and if it doesn't sit correctly and sit straight, it seems to be dead straight, then you end up with leaks later on. So we found, so you end up sticking a few small pieces here and there. We can try to get this pipe inside the valve. that pipe there. This is the pipe that runs to the toilet, underneath the toilet. This here is the pipe that runs towards this fitting, which goes into the tank. And yeah, and there's the pump. We haven't wired it up yet, but we'll be testing that in the next few days for sure. We're trying to connect to the water pump.
So you connect the wires.
Yes, there's a screwdriver up there somewhere. Okay, so where's that the brown wire? Got it.
Cleo's getting very used to exploring the yacht, and she's looking like she's enjoying it too. Thanks guys for watching with us for another week. Next week we are showing you our forward cabins, and we're super excited because they've looked but ugly for months. So we'll show you our before and show you our process of doing them, getting our cupboards in and everything else. I'm excited. I love to see big projects like this done because it feels like you're getting closer to the end. So yeah, stay tuned for next week's, and we'll be showing you our forward cabins.
If you like the video, please give us a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe, and please leave us a comment.
We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, if you want to know anything that we're doing on the boats and how we did it, drop a comment below and we'll get back
Or any
to you.
questions. We love to give you guys answers.
So let's go find the gear.
Please don't forget to click subscribe if you're enjoying our videos, and click the notification bell to be notified when our new videos are out.